Hi, welcome to the channel. I just do odd stuff in my shop, put it on the net. That's where I am. And today I was working on the Mustang and I really got tired of fighting with this guy right here. This is one of my two air hose reels. This thing is starting to leak a little bit and it's always been difficult to operate. So I decided to find it a new home. And in its place, I picked up this little guy here. Now, this is not what I would have normally picked up. I would have normally picked up, and I'll pan around and show you, way up there, up in the corner up there, there is a Harbor Freight one, which is, to be honest, I'm really happy with that one. No complaints whatsoever. Great hose reel. Effortless to use. It's only 50-footer, so it does reach to the end of the shop. It's not really usable at that end. So I've always had this one in the middle, and now I can't reach down there. And now, since I have this one off, I have no air. So I've got to get air up and running and get going again. So I bought this guy from Walmart. Yeah, Walmart of all places. I was kind of surprised myself. I just went on, went on Google searching. This was cheaper than the Harbor Freight one. I started looking at it. It's like, okay, doesn't look bad. It's like, I'll give it a try. And I will say the overall fit and finish, very similar to the Harbor Freight one. The only difference that I notice is little things like the hole up here in the front for the hose is a little bit smaller, it's a little bit narrower. Other than that, it's pretty decent. And this one actually comes with, sorry, I don't do unboxings. It actually comes with a hose whip with it, which the Harbor Freight one does not come with. I do not know if I will use this because I have a rather unorthodox air system. It's not PVC, I'll just put it that way, but it's unorthodox. And so I don't know if I'm going to use this or not, but I'll have to get it mounted and then I'll see it. Probably not. But the thing I did notice really quickly is that the hose on the Harbor Freight one is 250 PSI rated. That one, surprisingly enough, that's actually 300 PSI rated, and it is pretty nice hose. I'm really impressed with the hose that came with it. Overall build quality of it, I mean, I have no complaints about it. It's a nice looking unit. It really is. So this being a metal building, it's very difficult to mount things because you have to weld a plate on, put bolts on it, screw it into place, do it the difficult way. So I'm going to take this plate right here and I'm going to bumble my way through it. And but I'll take this plate, drill some holes in it, put some bolts in it, and I'm going to get that welded up on this post over here. There's no reason for you to see that. It's drilling holes, putting bolts in, and welding a plate on the wall. It's that interesting. So I'm not going to make you watch it. So I'll get that up, and we'll get this thing mounted up here, and we'll see if I like it or not. But so far, I think it's going to be fine. All right, well, I've got my plate welded up on the shop up here. It's part of the building now. It's ready to go. Now, I will want to talk about the clocking of this. If you'll notice, you'll see these holes here. You can turn this piece here. Now, on the one I have up on the wall over here, I've turned this arm to where it is this direction here. Now, it just depends on how you're going to mount this. If I was mounting this on the ceiling and I was pulling straight down, this is how I would have this. It'd be just like this, because that would come straight down. But since I'm mounting this on the wall, I'm not going to be able to pull. I don't want to pull straight out. It just doesn't work. I'm not that tall, but not that tall. So what you want to do is you want to clock this down this way, so you're pulling as much in a straight line through this hole as possible. And to do that, I haven't tested this yet. Now, I will say on, so I got nothing holding it down, which doesn't help. It's surprisingly tight. That one's not. On the Harbor Freight one, I actually had to redo the holes on the Harbor Freight one because they didn't line up. In fact, none of those holes and this center hole didn't line up on the Harbor Freight, and I had to modify them to make it work. I don't want to grab another tool, and I don't want to break my knuckles. I bust my knuckles enough. that off. Now let's see if theirs lines up. 1, 2. Good job, Walmart. Yours actually lines up. And that's all it takes to clock that. Real simple. Now, I'm not sure on this one. Usually this piece here, you're able to clock the position of this as well, depending on what your application is. And in fact, this does have another set of holes where this can be changed. So this angles as well. So you just have to get it into place, figure out what works out best for you. I know for me, generally, this straight across works the best, the way I mount them. I will say this is the only issue I have, is that I wish these were captive bolts that stayed in here. You didn't have to fight with them, but for the price, for what this thing is, it's really nice. It works really well so far. All right, well, go put it on the wall. Now I'll get you a better look. You see, that is my mounting plate up there, which is just welded onto the pipe building, and those bolts are welded into holes in there. So we'll see how hard this is to get up here. Now, fortunately, the way they make these, the bottom holes are slotted. So you can start these two on here, take the whole unit, slide it onto here, and then tilt it back and get those. They're kind of hard to get in, but it does work better than not having those slotted holes. And this thing is heavy. It is heavy. Someone forgot the washers. Yeah, that guy that forgot the washers, I should fire that guy. Ooh, that is still nice and toasty warm. Let's try this again. Oh yeah, that's the fun one. Can't get to that one. And tighten that down, and it's up there. So tighten it down while you're not watching. Okay, well, we're up here, and I have not tested it yet, but Mikey likes. Mikey likes. I like that. Well, the only thing I got left to do is I'll hook up the air hose, and I do that my own way because, like I said, I use my own kind of air hose fittings. So I'll get that hooked up, and we're going to see if it leaks or not. That's the big test. All right, well, I have got it up into place. It is plumbed in. It's pressurized. I've messed with it. I've put, you know, the only thing I will say is this has 3/8 fittings. A lot of the cheaper ones more homeowner type ones will have 1/4 inch, which is surprising that this has 3/8, but it has 3/8, so I have to go to half. But that's just the way I've got it set up and what I'm using. But it's up here, it works, it doesn't leak, it's nice and quiet. I don't have to fight with it. The other one I had to drag to do anything. Piece of cake. I'd buy it again, and in fact, I'd probably buy another one to put in the garage. And I'll buy this over the Harbor Freight at this point, especially at the price. So Walmart, you did good.